I can't whistle well. Oh, here. I need to watch this later. So, there we go. And here comes this. And here comes... yeah, that should do it. So, you see what it says on the stream. If you don't, you don't. Well, there's nobody here right now, so nobody can see it. But we'll see it soon enough. I'm just preparing some stuff. Oh? Oh, okay. That is not that important yet, right now. Hi, Mary! I'm gonna make myself a snack and we're gonna chat until I'm ready. I'm also preparing like some stuff to make it easier, like the dictionary. There it is. Yeah, this is gonna work well. The lookup times are a lot faster now that I'm using the script to copy the words that I need out of. That makes it a lot easier for me. So... so, time to make a snack. Don't go anywhere! Without me or with me, I don't care, don't go anywhere. No, I love you guys. Oof. So, Mary, how is the day? Actually, I wonder if once we're through here you will be able to rewatch the opening that way. That would be nice. That's nice, says Mary. That's nice. But it's dark AF lately, yeah, that's the time of the year. I hate it too. I do hate it a lot. Mary in the chat, I don't like the part of winter when it's dark all the time. Yeah, I mean, I do like it in some ways, but it's made me very tired, and I don't like being tired. I'm less productive when I am tired. Fan fact. It's true. I'm also kind of anxious today, but hopefully that won't mess with anything. Hi, Amethyst! We are waiting if there will be more people to join. Hi there, Amethyst! So, on the plus side, last stream went pretty well, didn't it? I think we had a lot of fun last time. And we don't have that much left to go, actually. Let me just compare. We have this. Oh yeah, we really don't have that much left to go. We did more than half last time, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we did more than half last time. And it's gonna go well because there's a lot of dialogue in this one, in the upcoming one, and I'm good with dialogue, so that should not be an issue. I haven't read it yet. I haven't read over it. The thing is, I have the extracted script here, so in case I run into words that I don't know, I can just look up the word without needing to write it first. Amethyst in the chat, I went to Five Below and bought a cute notebook and candy. Aww. I'm considering if I should, like, do some Puyo while we wait for people, but I also want to make myself a snack, and there's, like, I would rather spend my time on making snack rather than Puyo, because then snack will burn. Snack will burn. I know how it goes. Snack always burns if I play video game next to it. In other news, I finished Sonic Frontiers in English, so I promised that once I finished it in English, I vote for snacks as Amethyst. Puyo is great, but food is even better. You guys are great. I love you guys. I finished Sonic Frontiers, and just like I hinted at on my Twitter, I'm planning of hi Maddie. It's nice having Maddie around too. Nice having you guys around. Okay, again, now that I've finished Sonic Frontiers in its original language of English, I will probably end up streaming it in Japanese at some point, just so we can do like comparisons of how the script was changed and how it sounds, because there's so many Japanese people saying that it sounds awkward in Japanese, and I want to see for myself. I want to see for myself what happened here, or what did or didn't happen. Maddie's presence is always appreciated. Just so you guys know, I am kind of anxious again today. It's my constant state as of late. I hope you guys have no problem with that. Mrs. Leslie, it's gonna be interesting since I haven't seen much footage of Frontiers, nor do I have an interest in playing it. As long as we can make things chill, that's fine. Oh. That's okay. I like you guys. But honestly, Frontiers is really, really good. It's the most fun I've had with a Sonic game ever. I mean, ever. Period. There's no modifier here. Just ever. And I am not even somebody who really likes open world games, but this one doesn't feel overwhelming. It's like, there's a good overview. If anything, my only complaint would be that the fishing minigame makes the game too easy. That's my only complaint. The fishing minigame breaks the game in half because it's a very easy minigame and you can rack up a lot of tokens very quickly and you can use the tokens to buy pretty much everything you need to clear the game. So basically all you need to do is on every island is to rush to the fishing portal and fish until you clear everything. Princess Madeline, I plan to get Frontiers for Christmas. Yep, that is a good plan. But yeah, the fishing minigame is nice, but it's very easy and it breaks the game in half. And I suspect that, like, at least in the beginning, a lot of speedrun strats are gonna look like, especially any percent glitcher speedruns are just gonna be like, go fish. Just go fish and nothing else. Sonic saves the world by fishing. That there should be like a nuzlocke for this game, which is like, you can't fish. You can't fish, That would be cool, honestly. It kind of would be. Sonic Frontiers. More like Sonic's fishing simulator. No, it's really fun though. Princess Madeline, we all have to see what the next SGDQ game list looks like. Wasn't Puyo Fever 2 on that, a suggestion on that game list as well? If I remember correctly? God, I want people to be exposed to Fever 2. Fever 2 is a great game. Okay, let me just... You keep talking, I am putting... I think the oven should be about preheated now. I'm putting my mozzarella sticks inside. So, what have you guys been saying? So, Mrs. Leslie reminds me of how Yoshi's Woolly World apparently is a speedrun strat where you can do a certain level over and over again to get as much beats as possible and then just buy stage skips over and over. Yeah, I feel that's how it's gonna be, honestly. Princess Madeline, yeah, Fever 2 is slated to be in AGDQ this January. Oh, I want that so badly. I want people to be exposed to the Puyo. I want more people to play Puyo, just in general. With a bit of which story to play. Sick, Sick. Sick is the most interesting one, and Sick is best boy. And it's for the lore, that's true. Mary in the chat, oh, mozzarella sticks. Look, if you do not think that mozzarella sticks are the ideal snack for every occasion, I am very sorry you're wrong and it is too late to atone for your sins. Very sorry, that's just how it is. I don't make the rules. Hi, Novastar! Mrs. Leslie, I hope I get a job by then. Oh, that is such a mood. I have a job right now, but it is a struggle because it's a company that isn't doing too hard itself right now, so. This is gonna be nice. But yeah, I have to wait 4 more minutes until the mozzarella sticks. And Mrs. Ashley, I have discovered... discovered? Oh, you mean I have discovered the goodness of mozzarella sticks within the past few years. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, but like, if you don't like mozzarella sticks, I'm very sorry. You're wrong. You're just wrong. There's nothing else I can say. You're wrong. You get a pass if you're vegan. That's the one pass you get. You get a pass if you're vegan. That's the only pass you get. And even then get melt sticks. If that's what the vegan alternative is called. Princess Madeline, I don't think I've had a chance to have mozzarella sticks. Get on that. Get on that right now. They are not that expensive. That's why I have them right now. Because I can afford mozzarella sticks, kind of. Mary in the chat, I kind of want some mozzarella sticks now. Get them right now. You have to. It's important. God. Twitter shutdown and RIP Twitter are still trending. Also, Chaos is trending. I don't know why Chaos is trending. What was... Ah, just for random reasons. Okay. Oh no! Elon Musk is letting... Oh no! Elon Musk is letting Twitter users vote for whether Trump should get his account back? Why would you do that? Then again, it's Elon Musk. Why am I even surprised? I'm sorry that I'm talking about this. It just hit my eyes right now. Amethyst Dusty, oh no. Yeah, that's my reaction too. Amethyst Dusty, the only reason I got into mozzarella sticks was because I tried them with marinara sauce and I was like, this is awesome. It's like pizza as finger food. Exactly. But yes, oh dear. Amethyst Dusty, is there a poll? I want the link so I can smash no. I can't find the poll. I can only find... Let me check if I can find the poll. Apparently it's on Elon Musk's Twitter account somewhere. It's gonna be very easy to find given that the man tweets like 50,000 times an hour. Let's see if I can find it. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, this is... Okay, I'm sharing the link in the chat. So you... Oh god, it's only from 3 more hours and it's on yes right now. Because of course it's on yes right now. God, holy damn it. Why is Elon Musk so terrible? I think that he's doing it now because there's not enough people left on there to vote no. Anyway, I'm getting... This is not Vox Populi. Do you know who follows you? I'm so angry. I'm getting my cheese! Never mind, the cheese is not yet ready. Mary in the chat, Elon Musk should be working in a circus for how much of a clown he is. Yeah, what the actual hell? Mrs. Ashley, I didn't think he made that many tweets. He's tweeting too much. Even one tweet from him is one tweet too many, in my opinion. And also, what does he think he's doing? This is not Vox Populi. This is not the voice of the people. The voice of the people are not his followers. People who are following Elon Musk are right-wing, generally. What the hell is this man on? What? Hang on. Was the tweet deleted? Was the tweet deleted? Did we just witness a tweet being It wasn't deleted, but I can see it. Oh, now I can see it. I was hoping. I was hoping. Princess Madeline, our browsers are trying to save us from the cognitive hazardous materials. I absolutely agree. Why is this man so awful? I hate him. Yeah, I should not be bothering with this. My brain. My poor brain. Why did I allow myself to suffer? Anyway, I have to wait for the cheese to be properly melty, so I can properly enjoy it. Amethyst Lassie, close the tab for your own sanity. I already did it. I already closed it. There's no point in it. This is just a lot in life now. This is the world we live in. One clown can buy Twitter and destroy the last shreds of goodness in it in record time. Then again, at least we don't live in the world of Stella of the End, where you can get shot at any time As we have seen last time. Boom, headshot. Goodbye. Well, not last time, but you know what I'm talking about. Princess Madeline, Stella of the End doesn't have video games in its world. It does. It does. There are some video games on the terminals. Philia was playing video games in one chapter. It was very cute. But yeah, I would like video games to be generally available. Princess Madeline, I take it back. Good. Princess Madeline, this is an acceptable world alternative! Okay. I am checking on my cheese again, and if I get it this time, if my cheese is ready this time, we shall continue. So, now they were a little too melty, but that's fine. I can deal with this. Cheese has been acquired. They're a little too melty, but I still love them. So, shall we continue? There we go. Oh, text is still on the screen. I'm removing it. There we go. Let's continue. But the cheese is so good. I don't want to read. I want to eat cheese. Help! I'm suffering from a cheese addiction right now. Okay, let's continue. We ended up in a place that looked like a lobby. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. We ended up in a place that looked like a lobby. I had to remember for a moment if Philia is here or not, but she is. She is here. Because pronouns are not a thing in Japanese. It was our surroundings were rather dreary, and there wasn't even a single piece of advertisement around. Instead, all the advertisements that could have been here were instead displayed on the augmented reality layer. That is how I procured for myself a free guidance map of the area from the information from several hundred years ago. Amethyst said, Leslie, maybe snacking was a mistake. No, snacking is never a mistake. Oops, I read that line too early. Oh no. I need to actually look at the game and not at the script. Ah, okay, I see what this means. Narrow little tunnels were extending all from this place at all sides, and it was acting as a hub between them. What is this place? It's a station for the intercity line. Oh, and in case you don't know what that is, there used to be vehicles called trains here. Huge vehicles. Huge vehicles that drove on top of rails. Against the fee.
都市内の主要移動手なんだから、あのトンネルを抜ければ都市のどこにでも行けるはずだ。
Since this was the main means of transportation within the city, we should be able to go anywhere within the city using these tunnels. Where are we going though? I would like to try and find a way outside from the south. On the other side of the city, there were mountains, right? That is where I want to go. Hang on. We'll spend the night here. I'll gather some information and then decide of path from here on out. You can rest if you want. Yeah, I guess I'll take a break. I am totally spent. Hang on. I wondered if Philia actually was tired, because the moment we we'd finished setting up camp, she immediately went down onto the ground and sat there. I let Philia rest as I walked around the hall and examined everything by myself. Even in this hall, the ceiling was still as low as was typical of the architecture of an ecological city like this one, and which made the space rather cramped. It seemed that this area was being used as an escape route during the era when the city fell. There were innumerable tents that had been set up here, even though about half of them had already rotted away and were flat on the floor. I also found several small stands that seemed to have held some sort of kiosk. But as expected, I didn't find any sort of items left there, any sort of products left there. I had no idea. Oh, I had no idea whether the owner had, the merchants had left with them, taking them with them, if they'd sold out, or if they had this that's the English term, disintegrated over time by themselves. However, there was something that was still left here. Oh, okay. There we go. The skeletons are back, guys. The skeletons will not leave us alone. There were the scattered bones of skeletons, and some kind of glass bottles. The skeletons continue, guys. We cannot escape them. Princess Madeline, time to harvest more teeth from skeleton bones? God, I hope not. I hope that the ones we have are enough. judged by the high number of the group of skeletons left here, there must have been some sort of trouble here while they attempted to set up camp for a longer period of time in this place. Come, cheesy cheese. A notification popped up on my terminal informing me that a sub-process had finished. I had gotten my it had finished mapping out the city railway system for me. After dinner, I started considering and planning out the route that we would continue from here. Hi, Wendy! Wendy in the chat, is Philia making enough shots to fill an old school MLG montage yet? Not quite yet! Not quite yet! Hi, Randy! I read the complicated railway map and took it in to fully understand what it was telling me. Once I had done that, I explained the available how do I translate this? The available paths to us, the available paths to us left by public transport to Philia. The most important thing is that we leave through the south side of the city. That is all that matters. If you're going to use the railway tunnels in order to do that, then I think that we should go this route. Huh. Princess Madeline, baby is smiling again. This is good. I agree. Do you have any doubts about it? Nope. I'm just gonna follow you because you... Nope. Because as long as you're here, it's gonna be fine. He's not happy to hear that. She's still taking this all too easy. Way too easy. Should we end up getting separated, we are going to meet back up here. Huh? Could we even end up getting separated? I imagine that it could happen, given how careless you are. I'll be careful. Even so, we need to have a rendezvous spot, and this is it. Princess Madeline in the chat, Jude! Yeah. He's Jude being Jude. We're used to it. Anyway, I finished my snack, so it will go faster now. So. I transmitted the data to her terminal. So if I get lost, how exactly should I go about getting back here? That's going to be case by case. Just keep in mind everything that I've taught you up till now, and it's going to work out somehow. Looks like you have no more questions. Okay, you can go to bed. Wait! She suddenly started prattling off a list of questions. Oh hey, new chapter! Living ruins. Nice. We went along the railway tunnels, aiming for the south side of the city. Princess Madeline, I can relate to suddenly having tons of questions. Oh yeah, very much so. We didn't end up encountering anything... Oh, I need to... Okay. We didn't end up encountering anything dangerous on the way. Because there weren't any trains driving on these roads on these rails at the moment, it was also very safe. Okay. It was at least a lot more secure than moving in the free areas in the buildings, where we would have to deal with routes being blocked off and having to memorize the paths we can and can't go. Wait, no, it was no memorize. Forget the memorize thing, I was misreading something. Anyway, the rest was fine though, I think. So, we moved past several stations. And until we finally found one at which we decided to take a break. All stations were built in a very similar way. I don't think I need the stick anymore. Philia started hopping around on both her legs, leaving without using her walking stick. You completely recovered in just one night? Is that fast? Is that fast? Girl, please! Actually, now I'm starting to wonder how nobody picked up on claws earlier. Princess Madeline, Nanomachine's son. Yeah, very much so. Oh dear. How did nobody pick up on claws? So this kid never gets sick? And recovers within, like, minutes? He broke a leg once and he was fine the next day. What? It is very fast. Not that I expected anything else of you. Yay! I got praised by Jude! Oh! Am I going to heal even faster once I'm a human? Oh no! Baby, no! Huh? Don't be ridiculous. If you were human, it would take you at least 3 months to recover from a wound like this. Randy the chat, she doesn't know. She lacks critical information. She really does. Huh? Okay, I see. Okay, then I just can't let myself get hurt again once I'm human. Hang on. You should be more wary of injuries. I fear injuries. That is why I'm so cautious. Princess Melon, that's good thinking, Philia. Good girl. Alright, I'll do my best and try to be scared of them then. Even after all this, it still didn't look like she was even the slightest bit dissuaded and wanting to be human. Once I had assured that our surroundings were safe. Sato. I took a quick look around the hall. There was anything physical for me to gather here. There wasn't anything physical for me to gather here. However, my terminal, on the other hand, was overflowing with... It is overflowing, right? Let me check this. Yes, was accumulating an overflowing amount of data that was more than it could handle at once. Thanks to this, the extraction that the information that could be extracted for it was accordingly precise. The highly technical long sentences that it was spitting out could already be translated to mean that there were no greater obstacles ahead. Or no obstacles ahead. Hang on. I was also able to it was also able to find many possible routes to freely invade the citywide network. Oh dear. Well, it was quite clear to me that network insecurities have always existed, no matter how far back you go in history. Jude, something is coming! Philia, who had been lying sprawled out on the floor and staring at her terminal until now, suddenly jumped up and yelled. This is awful! Jude! Princess Madeline, I mean, Jude's not wrong, but for a city this is still pretty sloppy, oh yeah. I mean, this is the city that decided that teeth ID is a good idea. I am not surprised. She was in complete disarray. Princess Madeline, yeah, it's not that strange. They suck. I kept drinking my tea without this, enjoying the taste without even the slightest hint of hurry. My terminal is my terminal is saying that something is coming this way. Cousin. OT. Philia raised her hands with raised a hand with the ray gun in it, and stood in front of me, and stood aside from me. You don't need to worry. The thing that's coming here is an unmanned train. Are you sure?
14時17分通過の臨時貨物便とかいうのだ。
Hang on. Yes. Yes. There is a special freight train scheduled to pass through here at 14:17. Is that safe for us? I told you, it's safe for us. Finally, the train came speeding through past us from within the train tunnels. It didn't stop in the station, but just passed through it. The only trains that are still in operation here right now are exactly these. Princess Madeline, at least the trains were on schedule. I guess so. Philia stood in place, looking extremely disappointed. Well, not disappointed, but, you know, let down. Like, it was anticlimactic, is what she's saying. We had to go up quite a slope, in the afternoon. No troubles on your end? I'm getting a little tired here. Oh man. Chikoden. Looks like your battery spends even more electricity if the charge that it is given is even higher. I don't like it when you put it that way. Say, can you actually sense your own battery charge? I don't know. I'm not sure. All I can tell is that I'm not feeling too hot right now. And when I'm really close to my limit, I'm getting kind of dizzy. Maybe you're capable of replicating hunger so that you'd experience it exactly the same as a human. I do know that I'm slowly getting my power back a little bit if I sleep or if I stay still for a while. That is fascinating. I kind of wonder who made me. I sometimes find myself wondering about that as well, but I can't come up with any specific ideas. I wonder what the person who designed me was trying to do with me. At very least, I'm absolutely sure that he wanted you to blend into human society as much as possible. Was that the whole goal? No, it was just a means to an end. They might have wanted you to do something while you live in human society. Don't you feel any sort of needs to fulfill that could fit that description? No. That is quite strange. I can think of one need. Can't you? Become human. I think you should. There was a philosophical idea behind how she's built. That's pretty clear to me. But that is probably occurring to Jude, but he doesn't make sense of it that way because it doesn't seem like he Princess Madeline, Detroit, Yes, Detroit Become Human. Well, but the thing is, like, in Detroit Become Human, the free will was a glitch, not a feature. Wendy the chat, damn it, Madeline said it first. Let's continue.
どうして製造目的をお前自身が知らされてないんだ
I can only wonder why they didn't let even you yourself know what the goal of your creation was. That creation device that I found her in must have cost a fortune. This was not the sort of thing that you would procure just out of a whim. They had to have had some kind of goal in mind with her creation. Something they absolutely wanted to accomplish, no matter what they needed to do so. But what could that have been? So, this is going to sound a little bit contrived, but...
嘘
Contrived?
生まれた瞬間から全部知ってたらあまり人間っぽくないというか
Well, maybe they didn't let me notice stuff, because if I already knew everything the moment I was born, it wouldn't be like it was for a real human, right?
ありそうな気はするが
I feel like you have a point there.
ただその理屈なら最初から会話可能だったことからしておかしいが
But if we follow your logic, it is quite strange that you were capable of talking from the moment that we met.
私くらいの大きさで言葉を話さないのって変じゃない
Huh? But given how big I look, wouldn't it be weirder if I couldn't speak? Well, that's true. Philia is starting to question her existence a little bit. I like that. I find that interesting. I still couldn't make heads or tails of what her creator must have been feeling or thinking. It was almost as if the pieces didn't fit into place. Princess Madeline. Also, I was about to say that this was a kinda cute conversation, but then Jude got on a cynical band about a purpose. Maybe it's still kinda cute, but Jude was still a bit Judas. She's always going to be Judas. We can't stop Jude from being Jude. Princess Madeline, tiniest mechanical philosopher. That's very true.
ねえジュードさっきの列車どうして来るって分かったの
Wait, Jude! Why did you know that train was gonna come through here earlier?
情報収集したからに決まってる
Well, obviously because I'd gathered the information on it.
私もやってたんだけど見つけられなかったよ
I was gathering information too, but I had no idea about the train.
索敵と情報集めは違うさ
Scanning for enemies isn't the only way of gathering information.
定義があるわけじゃないが索敵は近距離しか調べない情報収集はもっと全体的なもんだ
It isn't as if there's an exact definition, but scanning for enemies only searches your immediate surroundings. Gathering information, on the other hand, is a much more complete process that encompasses much more than just that.
それって難しい。
And is it difficult?
難しいといえば難しいが、単純に索敵より難易度が高いわけじゃない。
Well, it is pretty difficult when you see it on its own, but it's not like it is that much on a higher level than a simple enemy scan.
索敵だって難しいんだ。いろんな状況判断が必要だからな。
See, scanning for enemies is already rather complex as it is, as there are many since there are many variables you have to keep in mind to make a judgment of the situation.
対して情報集めは適当に電波なり履歴なりを拾えば成立はする。問題は拾ったデータをどう分析するかだ。
On the other hand, hang on. On the other hand, gathering information gathering information just means that you put together all the information you gather from your history of radio waves you've picked up and things you haven't and the background of what you've and the information of what you've encountered. The difficult part is interpreting the data correctly.
難しいね。ちょっとは機械に慣れたと思ってたのに。
Oh! Okay, that's interesting. That sounds pretty difficult. And there I was thinking I was finally getting a little bit better with handling these machines.
いや、お前は端末になれるのは人間の子供並みには早い。俺もそうだった。
No, you've just gotten rather good at handling the terminal. But that just makes you but you're just about as good as a human child would have been. I took about as long as you to get it myself.
そうなんだ。へえ。
Oh, really now? Huh.
列車が来るのはどうやったの？
So, how exactly did you figure out that the train was coming?
都市ネットワークにつないで駅施設の運行状況を調べた。公開情報だ。誰でも閲覧できる。それで知った。
I connected to the citywide network and researched the train schedule, the current train schedule as it was set up here. This is public information. Anybody would have been able to view it. That's why I knew it.
都市ネットワークってどうつなぐの？
And so, how do I connect to this citywide network?
駅の公式サイトはフリーログインだ。自由に閲覧できる。
You just go to the station's official website and do a free login. That way you can see anything you want on your own. Princess Madeline, nice that he's actually teaching her though. Yeah, I do enjoy like these moments of just mentoring. It feels good. Amethyst Leslie, I gotta head out now. Have a good one. See ya, Amethyst. Princess Madeline, maybe he won't, but I'll still be grumpy about it until he starts to lighten up. Yeah.
どうやるの？
So how do I do this?
端末のカメラを副現実モードにしてみろ。
Wait, Fuku Genjitsu, what does that mean? Okay, I get it. Set the camera of your terminal into AR mode.
いろいろ字とかが浮かんでるけど。
Whoa, there's a lot of symbols showing up, but nothing much else.
それが拡張レイヤーだ。公式サイトでもある。路線図や運行表はそこら中に貼り出されてる。
That is the AR layer. There should also be an official website that you can access. The the route map for the lands in operation should be showing up, spread up all over it as soon as you access it.
ある。これ最新情報？
Huh? You mean like the recent information tab? Princess Madeline, what's the website's AOL password? I have no idea.
今でも一部が自動更新される。履歴を見て最近の更新があるようならシステムが生きている証拠だ。
Exactly. It is still this thing is still automatically updating right now. When you look at the update history, you see that there are still recent updates on it, which proves that the system is still in operation.
あった。
Oh, right, there it is.
文字は読めるようになってるか。
Can you read the symbols now?
半分くらい文字化けしてる。
I mean, half of them are kind of scrambled though.
お前に渡す前に同期解除したからな。そら、データセットだけ同期してやるよ。
Yeah, that's because I terminated a lot of processes when I handed this over to you. Alright, I'm going to at least synchronize the dataset, not the dataset, but yeah, the dataset with your terminal, with my terminal.
翻訳された。
Oh, now it's translating it. So yeah, she said earlier, the interesting thing is that she said that like half of the symbols were mojibake. Mojibake is like what happens to Japanese text when it is incorrectly read and when a system tries to incorrectly interpret it as like Western text. In Japanese that's called mojibake. That's why I called it scrambled, because it is scrambled. So Jude now synchronized the language settings on Philea's terminal with his own terminal, and now the terminal can properly read the text. Princess Madeline, oh, that's a neat term. It is.
俺は空き時間にちゃんと端末を教育してるからな。差が出たな。
Yes, because I've spent all my spare time to learn everything to... Oh, okay. Yes, because I've spent my free time to educate this terminal as much as possible. That's why that's what makes all the difference. Wow.
現在運行されているのは2週に1度の臨時貨物便のみ。さっきのやつだ。
The only train line that is still running here right now is the bi-weekly special freight train, the one that we saw earlier.
じゃあまだ誰かが鉄道を利用してる？
Then is somebody still actually using these rails?
どうだかな。上層に生き残りなんていないんじゃないか。いたらもっと現状は違ってるはずだしな。
I wonder about that. I mean, we didn't see any survivors up in the upper stratas, right? If there were any survivors there, I think the conditions here would be much different from what we've seen.
コンピューターが勝手にやってるってこと？
So you're saying the computers are doing this on their own?
そうだ。自動化された処理が都市滅亡後も維持されてる。
Exactly. This is all automaticized. This is all automaticized and automatically processed. So ever since, even after the town fell, they've just it has just continued maintaining the rails.
その臨時便だがな。どうも古いニュース記事を読む限り、難民相手への支援物資らしい。
その。According to what I can read in old news articles, this special freight train was supposed to provide relief goods to escapees. Hang on. So the people from yesterday?
食料だろうが、ことによると連中これだけで食いつないでいるのかもしれん。
Most of the goods that are being provided are food. I think the guys we saw yesterday are probably using that to sustain them, using that food to sustain themselves. Oh, so so they're using the rations for the escapees of the city to sustain themselves. That is interesting. Then, if the machines break down one day, they won't have anything to support them anymore. And then they would die out. Princess Madeline, where does that food come from? Automaticized farms, maybe? The fact that Philia was still able to make this worried face for the sake of those people went above and beyond what would qualify as kind. It was just dangerously stupid. I had to educate her. And not just because the old man told me to do so. But for my... But for the sake of my own ideals. Okay, that's interesting. For the sake of my own ideals. Mary in the chat, educate her. I don't like the sound of that in this context. Yeah, he just really wants to beat the philanthropism out of her. And I understand it, but because she has been acting... Look, the fact is Philia has a bit of a savior complex. Which has... The idea that she has to save somebody who never asked to be saved is not nice. It's not a very good habit to have, even if you don't live in a post-apocalyptic hellscape. But on the other hand, I don't want her to be like Jude either, because pew pew headshot. I think there has to be a middle ground somewhere between those two. That's my opinion. Mary in the chat, he has like some point, but he's mostly just trying to browbeat pessimism into her because he does not like his views being challenged. Oh yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you there. Okay, hang on. From what I can gather so far, what happened in this town was that there was some sort of violent insurrection that sent the city into lockdown, which caused many of the people living here to become refugees, and they were supplied with support from the governor of the upper stratum. At least that's as far as I can tell. When in the chat, well, she ain't learning the middle ground with Jude. Yep. Princess Madeline, feeling bad about people dying is just having some basic sympathy. I agree. But don't think about it too much. This is none of our business. I guess so. Alright, there should be a comment center at the next station. We'll try to take that over. I think that little detour will pay off. Huh? I used the comment center to meddle with the systems. Oh, it was very easy for me to use the comment center to meddle with the systems and charter one of the freight trains. Oh, hi there! Because these trains were equipped with an automatic maintenance function, they was what appeared on the oh god, what is the word? The English word, wait. Okay, platform. Because these trains were equipped with an automatic maintenance function, what appeared on the platform before us was a sparkling, beautiful train that showed up at the exact time that I'd demanded it to. Hang on. This was now our personal train. Matomoni. This was, even for me, this was only my third time riding on a properly functioning railway. Princess Madeline, Jude, if you can suplex the train for us right now, you might be forgiven. Hang on. Viriaga. Okay. Vilia's eyes just kept darting around in bewilderment. そしてチンして初めて鉄と乗る。 then, like every person who gets to ride a train for the first time in their life, she remained glued to the window for the entire ride, eagerly taking in the scenery as it darted by. With only us as the passengers, the train sped off at high speeds. Okay, this is a little bit difficult. I don't know how to interpret this. I think I think this is supposed to say to an extremely high altitude, but I don't know what that means. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, it is an extremely high altitude. Okay, to an extremely high altitude. Our altitude kept building for to about 50 stories higher. Until we were in the world of the rich people. There was a huge commercial floor that served as the barrier to the middle and between the middle and the upper stratum. The train line appeared to end at that point. Hang on. It would probably have been a good idea to create a direct line to the upper stratum, but apparently that just hadn't been in the cards for the city. We would have to find a different path to move on to the upper stratum from here on, from this place in the middle stratum. Hey, there's still upper floors higher there. Why is it stopping here? Apparently somebody long ago decided that the only way to move on from here on out should be by by horse-drawn carriage. Because apparently somebody very long ago decided that the only path to move on from here on out should be by horse-drawn carriage. Horse-drawn carriage? Yes, that does sound like something rich people would do. Ran into just the best kind of carriage, Princess Madeline. Well, sure, why would the super rich allow the slightly less rich a means to access them directly via train? Yeah. Mary in the chat, that is some interesting city planning right there. Yeah. Now that is quite the sight. The moment we left the station, a rather unrealistic scene unfolded before us. There was a giant boulevard here, broad enough that several tens of people would have been able to comfortably walk next to each other. There were many arches lined up next to each, one after the other, forming an arcade. Each arch had been entangled with... is this green? Yes. Each arch had been entangled with greenery to make one feel like you were walking through a bright forest. I didn't expect anything else from a place where rich people traversed. The ceiling is so high up here! What is this place? This is some sort of composite leisure facility. A lot of big and small stores are gathered here. There they sold stuff, let people eat, let people enjoy themselves. And let people enjoy themselves. Why didn't they oh, okay, hang on. I wonder why the people down there aren't living up here. Only people of the middle class of the of at least the middle class of the population were able to reach this place. Those people down there have no way of getting here. That's kinda... Yes, it's discrimination. Oh dear, he admits it. This is discrimination. Okay, yeah. He knows it's discrimination. We have politics, everybody. Politics has entered the chat again. Then again, this has been a steady thing with this entire section of the story. Just as I had expected, Philia made a very unhappy face. Princess Madeline, politics and more video games. Understandable, I agree with you actually. I mean, I don't agree with you that this is a bad thing, but like, yeah, people keep complaining, but I don't think, like, yeah, there's a double standard, but this sort of politics they wouldn't have a problem with, but as soon as it's some politics that they don't agree with, yeah, we could lead a long discussion about this. Anyway, hey, what happened to the people who used to be here? If there were still civilized humans left here, then we would not have stuck out the way we did down there. the people who used to live here must have died out. Princess Madeline, yeah, it was low-hanging fruit. That's okay. Sometimes low-hanging fruit are okay.
ここは駅より綺麗だよ。
But it's so much prettier here than even down at the stations.
確かにそうだな。埃一つ積もっちゃいない。
You're absolutely right. There's not even a single speck of dust here. She was right. This place was still being cleaned.
警戒を忘れるな。俺も気をつけるが、ここからは肉眼が頼りだ。
Be careful. I'll stay on my guard as well, but you need to rely on your eyes here.
誰もいないのに
Even though there's nobody here?
そう思うが、もしかすると生き残っているかもしれん。何より機械に注意しろ。
I do believe that there's nobody left here, but we need to stay on guard just in case that there still is somebody here. And much more importantly than that, we also need to be careful of machines.
どんな機械
What kind of machines?
一概には言えんが、警備系の機械らしきものを見かけたら、絶対に俺に知らせてくれ。
I can't say for certain, but if you see anything that seems like it might be part of some sort of security system, you need to tell me immediately. Welcome back, Amethyst! I transmitted some pictures to her. Philia peered onto her terminal.
そういう感じのものが警備機械だ。自律型、巡回型、固定型。世界各地で何億機と製造されて、その何十倍もの人間を殺した地球最大のヒット商品だ。
This is what a security device usually about what a security device usually looks like. They are autonomous. They patrol. Oh, some are autonomous, some patrol, and some are fixed in place. Several millions of them were manufactured in this world. And each of them has at least killed tens of people. They are the greatest killing machines. They are the greatest killing machines on the face of the planet. Oh wait, no, not killing machines. They were a bestseller. They were the greatest bestseller on the face of the planet. Philia is not happy to hear this.
昔発掘した都市遺跡で武器を持っていただけで攻撃を受けたことがある。
A long time ago, when I was excavating an old city ruin, they discovered me and started attacking me just because I had weapons on me.
大体はその土地の犯罪行為と規定された行動に反応する。気をつけて行動すれば戦闘が未然に防げる。
As a general rule of thumb, they will react to you if you do anything that appears like a violation of the laws of this land to them. Be careful as in your actions, and you will be able to avoid a fight with them. And Mrs. Leslie, one stay too long, though just wanted something in the background. That's fair. Nice to have you.
悪いことをしなければいいんだね。
So I just don't have to do anything bad, right?
この都市での犯罪行為だな。
Anything that would have been at least nothing that would have been considered a crime in this city, yes.
例えば
And what would that be?
送信したぞ。
I'm going to send you the information. Oh, I just sent you the information.
多いよ。こんなの全部読めない。
Wow, there's a lot. I can't read all of that.
そういうことだ。探り探りやるしかない。ちなみに銃を持って商業地区に入ることは禁止事項だ。
Exactly. You will have no other choice but to browse through it. By the way, holding firearms in this sort of commercial district is as a matter of fact forbidden.
それ大丈夫なの？
Is mine okay?
大体は当時の登録された型の銃にしか反応しない。こいつの製造年代は現代だ。照合不能だから銃とは認識されない。
Oh, okay. Ah, okay. She wasn't talking about her own. Is yours okay? Is yours okay? She's talking about Jude's. Okay, I accidentally clicked. Anyway. They generally will only react to the models that are recorded in their data at the time. The guns that I hold were created in our modern time. They won't be able to compare them to anything that they know. So they won't even recognize that these are firearms. However, just in case that I might be off in that regard, I need to be even more careful. So what's this? Oh wait, oh no, not what's this. And what about mine? Okay, she held up her ray gun. I burst out laughing. Just act the same as always. Stay right behind me and don't leave my side. Philia nodded. Ah, this is actually getting cute now. It almost makes you forget that he just massacred an entire tribe. Just saying. We passed through the arches and then climbed up a huge staircase. A surprising scenery then opened up before us. Oh! Ah. There was a large, spacious atrium dyed in the color green. After going through so many places with low ceilings, this was quite the relieving feeling. Wait, I think I know this. So it's okay. Lower. The roadside trees had grown out, and thus the low commercial buildings too had been dyed in the color green with the plant life that had grown around them. Footpaths for pedestrians were extending in all directions, and there were small public plazas everywhere. Built everywhere. Fountains served as landmarks here, and there were many gazebos, no two of which looked exactly the same. And by our feet flowed a little stream. This place had been preserved to stay exactly as it had been back when it was in use. Philia's eyes grew wide with wonder. This must have cost a fortune. Wow! This place makes me all excited! Hang on. Philia was trembling all over. No wonder, given that this place seemed exactly like something children her age might enjoy. Uchihanashi no. Mary in the chat, oh look at her, she's so happy, I know. Princess Madeline, Nanny, you're not falling asleep on us, are you? No, I'm fine! Also, we're pretty close to the end of today, we're gonna be fine. I'm getting a little tired. A little bit. Not too tired, just a bit tired. I've been very tired lately, I will be honest. With a place like this, they would be able to decorate even the most dreary concrete space with high quality, beautiful pictures. Wendy in the chat, Nanny, don't make us get Morgana. I'm gonna be fine! We don't need to be like this detailed with the summary today anyway, because I am going on, like, another student is doing their summaries in the form of a podcast. and they always have like one other student on the podcast as a guest, and I'm going to be on it tomorrow. So that means I have already that then, so I'll have that, so I don't need to be like super detailed with the analysis today, because I'll be doing the bulk of it tomorrow in the podcast. But also today I'll be mostly doing it for you guys. Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and especially it's going to be interesting because it's like talking with somebody who I haven't talked to about this visual novel yet. So that's gonna be interesting. Sona Funi. Hang on, I'm missing something here. Oh. Okay. Even in a dreary and bleak concrete space like this, one is still able to create beautiful pictures in order to beautiful high-class pictures in order to decorate the surroundings with them. Since that sort of thing was comparatively cheap, the exchange rate was rather clear, simple. The exchange was rather simple. The engineering needed for it had spread around everything on the surface of this planet. Oh, not the surface of the planet, but okay, surface layers of the city, okay. On the surface layers of the city. Reanara again. When it came to the AR layers, you were able to paint your surroundings in any colors that you'd like, without having any set limits, as opposed to reality. Wendy in the chat, that's a cool idea of theirs. Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah. However, as they kept selling this technology like this, it eventually became obsolete. And came into fashion as retro for old people who started valuing it as a feature of interior design that could be used to green up their living space. Okay. I feel called out as a collector of retro stuff. I feel called out. I like the world building in this a lot. The world building in this is surprisingly detailed. I like that a lot. Judged from a standpoint of a person living in the current modern world, it was quite hilarious. Calm down. Those are all shops.
調べるの？
Are we gonna check them out? Are we gonna examine them?
期待してるようで申し訳ないが、そんな暇はない。
I very much appreciate your excitement for these things, but we don't have the time for that. Mary in the chat, she's going full check skeleton. What's this? What's this? Absolutely. It is a good comparison actually, because she's kind of like in her own wonderland right now.
店に入って商品の一つでも持ち出したら何が起こるかわからん。
If we enter the shops and try taking out even just one piece of merchandise, I have no idea what will happen.
入るだけでも。
I just wanna go inside.
ダメだ。いや、待て。
No, you can't. Wait, actually, give me a moment. Actually, I would very much like to just have some information on the inside of the shops. Okay, so when she does it, it's no, but when he feels curious, he gets to do what he wants. That dude, like, choose the hypocrite. God damn it. Mary in the chat, she nags her dad into looking at the shops. She's just like a real girl. She's absolutely a real girl to me. Princess Madeline, Mr. Self-Awareness over here. Wendy in the chat, act as I tell you, not as I do. Yeah, very much. Elu in the chat, yup, choose officially a parent. Yep. By the way, hi, Elu. After all, the information that you can gather differs depending can differ depending on where you gather it. You have to promise me to not touch any of the merchandise.
肝に銘じてる。
I shall commit it to memory. Well, she uses a Japanese saying here, which is like "kimo ni mechiteru," which is like I shall engrave it on my liver, which is like yeah, I shall commit it to memory, basically. All right, then we'll take a tiny look inside just to check it out. Yay! Elo in the chat, just pacing before bedtime. Good idea. We entered a nearby storefront. Princess Madeline, that's hell of an expression. Randy, why deliver? I don't know. Ask the old Japanese. Okay, I looked this up. I looked this up because you're asking. There's good ways to look it up. Kimo ni mechiru. Here we go. The idiom to wa okay, no. Weblio won't help me. This is just synonyms. I don't want synonyms. This is just a thesaurus. Okay. Let's see if this tells me. Mary in the chat, the little yatta killed me. Goodbye, everyone. I have ascended. Aww. in Japanese history, traditionally, because the liver is the biggest organ in the body, they thought the soul was in the liver for a while. They thought the soul was in the liver. That's why. That's interesting, because I also know that for another time they thought the soul was in the nape of the neck. So I guess the soul just kept moving in mythology history. Interesting. That is very interesting. See, that's why we look this stuff up. That's why they engrave it on the liver, because the soul needs to see it at all times. That's how I get it. I like looking this stuff up. Princess Madeline, it explains getting drunk. I guess so. Huh? It appeared to be a one-man business. According to what I could see on the AR layer, it was supposed to still be open and in business. However, the counter was destroyed. And the shelves were laid in waste. Okay. It was completely different from the outside of the store, which seemed to have been cleaned properly. Many layers of dust had accumulated here. There were fragments of pottery here that might have been left from what used to be the merchandise here, and they were scattered around the floor. Princess Madeline, so much for the security bots then. Yeah. Eloise, so where's the soul? Yes. Oh god, I need to stop reading from the script. I need to read from the actual game. I mean, it's the same text, but still I want to read from the game. Was this a general store? Or was it a souvenir store? Maybe a thief came in here. Maybe. I have no idea. It seems that the store has been dealing with cups and glasses. Not the glasses that you wear, but like cups. Drinking. That's what it means. There was nothing here that would have been worth it, so we left the store without stealing anything. It's also nice and clean outside, so why is it looking like a complete mess on the inside? Let's look at this one next. Wait! We entered a shop built on the second floor. This shop too was listed as in business. The inside of the shop was clean. It appeared to be some sort of shop that used to deal with food stuff and other small items. The merchandise still left on the shelves was meager. But there wasn't even a single speck of dust here. It was very clearly that the state here was very different from the one-man store we checked out earlier. Princess Madeline, it's funny that the cheery music kept going while in this destroyed shop. I agree, yes. Oh, this is so cute! Ah, Bunny! It's Bun Bun! Oh! Philia stretched out her hand for a felt doll in the shape of a rabbit. Don't touch it! Huh? She flinched and drew back the hand she had stretched out. Princess Madeline let her keep the bunny chewed. Wendy Bun. Don't touch it so carelessly. This store is being watched. I pointed at the ceiling. There was a sensor device affixed there. And it was still surveying the inside of the store, even now. Let's leave. But my bun! My bun! Oh no, not the bun! Not the bun! No! What was so dangerous just now? Princess Madeline, Usa-chan, yes! If we take merchandise out of there without having paid for it, it will be judged as a theft. And without having paid for it? You know, without giving them money, we have no way of paying for it. Given that this store is still being watched right now, it must have been managed by the city itself. If we steal from it, we would be immediately wanted by the security systems of the city. Oh. Mary, oh, Bun Bun. There is a way to still get our hands on the rabbit despite that, but it's risky. We're not doing it. But Bun Bun! Oh no! Oh no! Not Bun Bun! Anyway, I think we're done for today. Let me check. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're ending on Bun Bun. Princess Madeline, but Bun Bun. That was sad. No Bun Bun for us. Actually, what is this? Oh no, it's the auto. It's the auto feature. We're not using the auto feature. Why did I just click the auto feature? Anyway, let's save. Or maybe can we go back? Yeah, we can.
うさちゃん
We're ending on Bun Bun. We're ending on Bun Bun. When in the chat next stream about to be called Robot Girl really needs a comfort rabbit. Yeah. Princess Madeline, wait, the assignment was literally to stop at her saying that? Well, the thing is, like, fascinatingly, usually our lecturer gives us the last line of the section that we should stop at. But this time he gave us the first line of the next fragment. And I was like, why is it the first line of the next fragment? Now I know why. He didn't want to write Usa-chan in the in the assignment because he wanted us to be surprised by that, I guess. But yes, we were supposed to end on Usa-chan as it appears. Let us save. There we go. And in the chat, why not? That would be so funny! Princess Madeline, I mean, to be absolutely fair, she says it more than once. Oh yeah, that too, right. We might have stopped reading too early. Ilu Icy was Usa-chan. Oh no! Ah! What have we learned today, my friends? Princess Madeline, we've learned that Philia needs a bunny. Agreed. I have a bunny here somewhere. Sadly, it belongs to me and I cannot give it to Philia. Randy in the chat, we learned about a bunny lost in a city of forgotten dreams. Princess Madeline, and that bunnies are important. Eloise, I do know, I joined at the end. Okay, so let's go through this. This week, we started with Jude just having blown up the bridge, which completely cut off his pursuer's path, and we were in a safe situation again. He reached a place that he considered somewhat safe and sat Philia down, was checking on her wounds, how she was recovering, and the two of them had a fight because Philia has a savior complex and was convinced that she was going to be helping the girl and that she wanted to get the girl out of there. Well, Jude is a violent, not a lunatic, I don't know what to say. Jude just committed like genocide, and he said it's all Philia's fault, and I don't agree with him there, because I think his own curiosity caused a lot of this as well, but he likes to shove a lot of his own responsibility off onto her, I think. Mary in the chat, I still have some plushies, if you want them, Philia. Aww. So the thing is, Philia and Jude were having a fight. Philia, and I think that fight was very interesting. Philia was convinced that she was gonna help that girl, and she doesn't understand why Jude had to shoot and why there wasn't any way to talk. And then Jude told her that she was the reason that he had to shoot, because she got herself captured, and she was gonna end up as their slave if he didn't save her, and he had to kill so many people because of her. So it was her fault, and that like got through to her. It shocked her, but she still refused to carry firearms on her because she doesn't want to kill anybody. She is a pacifist. Princess Madeline, Jude was an asshole to Philia and blaming her for his mistake, then decided he needs to stop treating her as royalty even though he was an ass. Okay, that is one way of putting it. Philia prefers that because it means he's actually communicating with her, and then teeth happens. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 description. Mwah, beautiful. And then teeth happened. I liked that. Yeah, but basically, Jude pretty much intimidated Philia, and she still refused to hold a gun, and he at one point told her that he was going to leave her behind if she refused to carry a gun on her to protect herself, which actually shocked her so much that she thought he was going to leave her really behind. And because she was still wounded, even though her wounds were healing really fast, she didn't really have any way to chase after him, so when he left she was kind of in panic. He left to do some recon, figured out that that they needed an ID to move on, figured out that the people of the city had their IDs engraved on their teeth, and collected a total of 5 teeth to use. No, a total of 6 teeth to use as IDs. He also found a bag and looted it, because it was like a first-person dungeon crawler, honestly. He was going around looting stuff, and then he was returning to Philia, who had actually started walking towards him already, because firstly her leg is healing a lot faster than most people's legs would have healed from that situation. Well, any people's legs would have healed from that situation. And secondly, because she was very scared and wanted to make sure that he actually was coming back, which he was. So he then tried to use the teeth ID to get through, but only one of them worked. And he was worried that Philia wouldn't be able to get through, but then he realized that, but then she just waltzed right through, and he realized, oh yeah, she's an android, the systems don't recognize her. And that once again, he like tells himself, oh right, she's not human, she's an android. I started treating her human again. It keeps going like this. This keeps happening. At one point, he just needs to accept that she is a person, you know? And I think internally he's already accepted that pretty much. So they keep moving on. They move through the train tunnels, and discover that there's like actually one train line that is still going. It's a special freight train that used to deliver provisions to refugees in the time when the city fell. This is also around the time when Jude decides that he's going to properly educate Philia. Princess Madeline, he's defrosting, but very slowly, yeah. And like he's decided by now that he's going to treat her like an actual student of his. He's saying that he's doing it because for his own safety, and that he's not treating her like an escort, guest anymore. But the thing is, like, Philia never felt like she was being treated like a guest anyway. She felt like he was just constantly lecturing her and not taking her seriously. So she's actually happy that he's resolved to, like, actually properly instruct her now, because she feels, like there's less of a distance between them like this. She also, like, after some hesitation, accepts a toy gun that Jude found in the bag that he looted, that had been perfectly preserved, but except for the cork ammunition, which had completely decomposed. And because she's not able to actually shoot anything with it, he decides to give it, and she is like hesitant at first because she doesn't want to get used to carrying a gun, but eventually she accepts it as a present from him and as a memento of the problems that she's caused, and she decides to treasure it, as she says. So they're moving on through the train tunnels, and Jude eventually hacks into one of the train control stations and hacks them a train that they can use to get to the middle layer of the city, because the trains don't go all the way to the upper layer. From there, while they are discussing why Philia was like created the way she was, what the point behind it is, why she's like so similar to an actual real human, to the point that she can feel exhaustion and hunger and the likes. they philosophize about that a little bit, like why could it be that she was created that way? Why would somebody go out of their way, do like this entire expensive project just to create what is basically a normal little girl? And not even like a baby, but like a little girl who's like at the exact level that like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old girl would be. They consider that and move on, and they end up in a business district, which is beautiful, wonderfully preserved. It's still being cleaned, which on the one hand is pretty and makes Philia like very cheery because she's never seen a place like this. On the other hand, there's also a lot stewed that this place is still being maintained, just like how the trains are still being maintained automatically, which means that machines might still be at work here, which means that if security devices consider them intruders or criminals, they will get into a lot of trouble. Especially because the security devices that were common around the time that the city was built are prone to killing people. Princess Madeline, the answer is robots are cute. I mean, yes, to us, but we need an in-universe answer still. So we walk through this old business district, leisure district, until we arrive at an arcade, at like a lot of arches, one beautiful boulevard, arcade boulevard with a lot of shops, and they discover that like a shop that was run by a single person is in complete disarray, was not upkept at all, while a shop that appears to be has been maintained by the government, is still in pristine condition, and Philia, which is why Philia cannot have her bun, because bun would make them thieves, and then they would be kill by security. Princess Madeline, what if that is the in-universe justification you don't know? We will figure that out sooner or later. But yeah, and that is where we are now. Philia is not able to get Bun. We also talked a lot about the discrimination between the people in the lower strata and the people in the upper strata, and the fact that like the people in the lower strata, the tribe living there, is probably still getting their food from the provision freights that automatically run through the train system. Princess Madeline, let Philia have her bun. Oh dear. So let's go over what we've learned today. And I mean actually learned. So I've mentioned it already, but I do think that it's interesting how Philia and Jude are like two extreme positions. We're not done yet, Madeline! Don't you dare leave! No! Philia and Jude are like two extreme positions. On the one hand, we have Philia, who's like philanthropic, which is interesting. Her name is Philia. She was not named that for this, but philanthropy is... Yeah, she's philanthropic to the point that it's dangerous because she cannot see the bad in anyone, even if she comes to actual harm. Jude even notices that she still seems to feel sorry for the tribe down in the lower strata of the city, even though they hurt her and were trying to make her into their slave. Jude thinks that's very dangerous. On the other hand, Jude is the other extreme. He does not seem to consider that there might be a good reason to care about these people. There's also the fact that what's interesting to me, and this stuck with me after the last stream, Jude mentioned that he thinks these people could become civilized again if they were left alone for a few hundred years. So for him, it really is not a matter of ethnicity or like just being born this way. He seems to really be convinced that humanity is something that comes civilization, with knowledge. Humanity is a quality of knowledge to him. So he does not consider these people as human as other humans because they do not have the knowledge that he has and do not have the lifestyle that he considers a human lifestyle. And because of that, he considers them closer to beasts. But he also says that they could become civilized, which to him is human, again, if they acquired the knowledge and civilization that he considers human. And I think that's, like, so different from a lot of bigotry you usually see. Then again, it is quite similar to, I think how, especially in colonial times, a lot of countries were treated, in that it was like, we are bringing these people civilization, they are uncivilized, and we are bringing them civilization, which, like, obviously wasn't true, and we know that today. But in that way, Jude seems to have, like, at least in his understanding, gone backwards as well, because he's again under this understanding that people who live differently from how he lives are uncivilized and need to be civilized, which means assimilated into the dominant culture that he considers civilized. And I find that highly interesting. Randy in the chat, no one has the answer and all we can do... Oh, okay. I'd be really happy if the sentence is that simple, because it encapsulates just how ridiculous debating humanity actually is. No one has the answer, and all we can do is care for ourselves and believe for ourselves and the people close to you, and whatever we believe makes us human is enough. There's still value to debating it, but it's not the kind of thing that everyone needs to debate just to be human, I guess. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think that connects a little bit to what I said. Rainy chats, oh, I see. So we are to infer that Jude's understanding of humanity is knowledge of a system and following that system. I think so. I think that's kind of how he seems to define it. To him, I think humanity is very much a quality of knowledge, I think. But it's also not like... Look, I don't think that the tribe was dumb. As I said before, they acted according to the circumstances. They don't have, like, the moral freedom, they don't have, like, the moral leisure to think about whether it is right or wrong to kidnap girls. They have a very shallow gene pool. They have to make do with what they have. They can't consider whether it is right or wrong. It is wrong. It is obviously wrong. It is wrong, but desperate circumstances, you know? And that's also, but on the other hand, what Philia's opinion was, like, not good either, because Philia was like, I decide that I want to save this girl from her tribe. I decide that she needs to be saved from the tribe. She just decided that, because she saw the girl, she decided this girl doesn't have a good life. I, the outsider, with the high technology, I'm going to save this girl. So there's, like, these two. But then again, that's also as far as of assimilation. So in that way, Jude and Philia aren't even that different. They're expressing similar sentiments in different ways. How I see it. And I think that's part of what makes the whole situation really interesting. Because there is, like, kind of, like, both of them have, like, assumptions about what people should be like and what they should live like. And one of them bases his assumptions on an ancient sort of civilization he never saw himself, aside from records. And the other one bases it on an understanding of humanity so incomplete that she doesn't even understand that wounds usually don't heal overnight. So, that's interesting. Randy in the chat, assumptions of what it means or what is acceptable to be as a human, huh? Yeah, exactly. Do we want to talk about Teeth ID? Should we talk about Teeth ID? I think there's like a lot about the city that we should call into question. Like, we already talked last time about how ridiculous the idea of Teeth ID is and how many issues there are with this whole idea. And like, before that, Jude has mentioned that the people in this archaeology might have gone stir crazy after a while, so maybe Teeth ID was kind of, a symptom of going stir crazy. Maybe they just got with maybe their culture kind of, I don't want to put it like this, but I'm saying it like this now, degraded as time passed because they got cabin fever from living in that archaeology for so long. To the point that they decided Teeth ID was a good idea. And we did mention, like, the world building in this story is, like, too strong that I think the writer just didn't think about how easily Teeth ID could have degraded. How easily one could have lost a tooth or got a cavity or such. So what I'm thinking is, like, that ID was the privilege of people who had the leisure of going to the dentist a lot and having good dental hygiene. So basically, this is part of the discrimination that Jude and Philly also discussed. Yeah, I'm still here. Welcome back, Maddie. So yeah, Teeth ID might be part of the capitalistic discrimination. If you cannot afford keeping your teeth healthy, you do not get to have an ID. That is just a thought I just had. So that's also a thing. Then there's also the thing with the shop. That, like, the one-person business that was, like the private business that was, like, privately owned business was completely destroyed. Meanwhile, the government-owned businesses are all fine. Princess Madeline, Teeth ID are still terribly stupid, though. They absolutely are. Especially since apparently people have to get them updated every year. Yeah. Yeah. Wendy in the chat, I'm glad you're giving it the benefit of the doubt, because it's more interesting to examine anything as being fully intended than just as a mistake, lol. Yeah, I mean, it is also tempting to look at Teeth ID as just a funny idea that the author didn't think all the way through. But I don't think that's what's going on here, honestly. I think, because Jude even pointed out that it is kind of silly. I think it all plays together in, like, this image that the city is painting of, like, a highly stratified society. A literally stratified society. Where, the lower classes lived in such poor conditions. While the upper classes, lived in buildings that are maintained to this day. And that's interesting. That's another interesting thing. So, in the lower strata, where the poor people lived, there are still people now. There are still people living there now. Yes, their society is not what we would consider a modern society anymore at this point. But they're still living there. There's a whole tribe of them, or there was before Jude arrived. And they have food and they're eating. They are in the lower strata, but the people in the lower strata survived. Meanwhile, nobody is alive in the higher strata, but the buildings are perfectly maintained. So in the higher strata, where the rich people lived, what survived was the material stuff, the material aspects survived. Everything fully material survived in the higher strata. But in the lower strata, the people survived. That kind of shows you what the priorities were. Rich people paid more attention to their belongings than themselves, I would say. To a point. That's what I'm getting out of this. It is fascinating. Randy in the chat, it does show the priorities indeed. Yeah. It is also really creepy how perfectly maintained this entire district is. it feels like walking through the ghost, like walking through like a ghost vision of the past is the feeling that I get from all of this. And I mean, the maintenance of the machines is so perfect that even a felt rabbit doll is still alive. Another thing that I find interesting is, okay, this is about Philia. She got over Jude, even though she's like so philanthropic and cares so much for these people, even though they hurt her. She got over Jude committing a massacre pretty quickly. Like, surprisingly quickly. And I wonder if part of it is because she is conflict averse and doesn't want to be, she doesn't want to fight him. She wants him to like her, so she's kind of pretending to be okay with it. Or because if it's programming, if she's programmed to not hold grudges, no matter what. Because she's supposed to be like this lovely little girl who doesn't hold grudges. And that is something we have to wonder. We don't know about how her programming works at this point. To know. Because we have already discovered that there are a few things where she doesn't perfectly replicate a human. Like, she doesn't heal at the same rate as a normal human. She is not detected by ID scanners the same way as a normal human. Princess Madeline, it could go either way, really. Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's interesting. Okay, have I missed anything important or should we stop here for today? I'm tired. I mean, I haven't talked about the ray gun. But I'm not sure what to say about the ray gun right now, because she has only had it for so short a time, and I think I described pretty much everything I thought about it in the summary. Wendy in the chat, and if the programming does work that way, one would have to wonder whether she is supposed to be able to overturn it herself, and if that's one of the ways where she can become human. Oh yeah, we talked, this is like where we got Asimov's 3 laws of robotic. The interesting thing is that he didn't actually talk about the 3 laws of robotics. So, let's read out the 3 laws of robotics real quick, because it's interesting when you look at them, how they actually play into Philia. Because basically what Jude did, he considered that the 3 laws of robotics might be why Philia is so averse to holding a gun. Which would make sense. But we need to keep in mind that like the 3 laws of robotics were created for science fiction. They are not an actual thing that all robots in real life have to obey by. So, so let's see. The 3 laws are: first law, a robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Second law, a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Third law, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Zeroth law, a robot may not harm humanity or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. So even though Jude mentioned these laws, I can already see a few ways in which Philia does not obey those laws. Firstly, okay, the first law she definitely has obeyed so far because she does not hurt people generally. But the second law, obey the orders given by human beings. She has not done that. She does not always obey Jude's orders. She has very much free will and very much does have free will and very much does use that free will to stand up to Jude where she thinks she should stand up to him. So the second law is definitely a bust for her. Third law, protect its own existence. Philia has not been very good at protecting her own existence. At all. Princess Madeline, I was gone for about 10 minutes, so if you did miss anything, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't think the laws are gonna be that important to the story, I agree. People know what the first law is via pop culture osmosis, but not the other two as much. Maybe that's narrow-minded of me, but I feel like it's the general idea. Yeah, I get what you mean. Wendy in the chat, and if the programming does work that way, one would have to wonder whether she's supposed to be able to overturn it herself, and if that's one of the ways she can become human. That is an interesting idea. That is an interesting idea, Philia becoming human by doing something she was not programmed to do. That would be interesting, especially if that's something that that would make her appear less human somehow. It would be interesting to see. We have to see that. Yeah, it's interesting because I wonder if Jude actually knows all three laws, because Philia very much does not, like, obey all the laws. It almost feels like he was trying to make excuses for her there. Wendy in the chat, I think Philia just doesn't know how to protect her own existence, but she's shown interested in it, if only because she feels like that will save everyone. She's learning with Jude though, for better or worse. Oh yeah. Jude really wanting to force like his own ideals onto Philia is going to be interesting. We need a middle ground between these two, but I don't know if this will lead to the middle ground. We'll see. The toy gun is like a good show of this. Like, he tried to compromise with her with the toy gun, even though he admitted that trying to force a gun on her that she can't even properly use wasn't even a good idea to begin with. Jude is a lot more emotional than he would accept, yeah. Anyway, I think that should do it for today. Do you guys think I've left anything out? Princess Madeline, Jude is a lot. Yes. Yes, he is. Oof. Yay! I got it! Yeah, I think I went through most things too. Okay, I am tired now. I think this is where I'll stop for today. Thank you guys for watching. This was fun. Oh, things are going a lot better when I can use the script to look up words more quickly. Thank you guys. Good night. Bye bye.